And this gentleman here is the responder, and we're going to see how he does to talk you over to sitting in that chair that you just had.
Okay.
It's up to your floor, sir.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
Yeah?
Okay. My name is Jim Bay. I'm a paramedic, and have you called for help? Have you got a problem somewhere? Are you hurting?
Yeah, I'm hurting.
Where are you hurting?
Everywhere. I have chronic myofascial pain.
All right.
And so it's everywhere, but it's like really, really bad. My low back hurts, my legs hurt, my neck hurts.
Okay. But this is a constant problem for you.
Yeah, but this is worse.
Right. That's why you call us. There's something different about it now.
Yeah, it's
All right.
worse.
Yeah.
I'm hurt. Come on, let me sit down.
Ma'am, I have a chair that's on your left. What I'm going to want, it appears to me that you don't see well.
I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything.
All right.
I don't even see you.
All right. I'm about a foot away from you. I'm right in front of you.
Yeah?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hand on your left arm, and I'm going to ask you to take one or two steps towards me, and then I want you to turn towards your right and back up into a chair. Are you able to do that?
I don't know what. Man, I'm lost.
All right. Let me slow down.
Are you going to push me?
No, ma'am. I'm going to place my hand on your left arm.
Yeah?
I would like you to take one or two steps towards me. Okay? That's good. Now I want you to turn towards your right.
I thought the chair was on my left.
It is, ma'am, but I'm going to back you to it.
Okay, can I stop you here?
You may, ma'am.
Okay. What you're doing, and there's a reason we had you do this, so don't worry. As a patient, I would be like freaking out because it feels like when you're saying, okay, take a couple steps toward me, I'm going to put my hand on your shoulder, then I want you to turn right, and then I'm going to back you in. Whoa, that's so many directions. Let's try it a different way.
Okay.
Let me take your arm, and the way we're going to do this is you're going to bump my hand with your elbow.
Okay, like this?
Yeah, perfect. Now see, look, I'm right here.
Okay.
And now when you walk me to that chair, you're going to put my hand on the back of the chair
Okay.
so that I can orient to the back of it.
All right. Now, the back of the chair is about 14 inches beyond where the front of the chair is, so you may bump into the chair before you're able to reach.
That's okay. You can tell me that, or you could put my hand on the seat. If you put my hand on the arm, what ends up happening is I don't know if it's left arm, right arm, and now I've got to kind of explore where that chair is.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can also put my hand on the seat and tell me there is an arm on both sides of the seat and the back of it is a little forward in front of you.
All right. This chair has no arms.
Okay.
All right. Now, the chair is towards your left, approximately 3 feet.
Okay, what you're going to do is you're just going to start walking with me. Just relax your arm, and you're going to start walking with me toward that chair.
All right.
Go ahead.
Are you ready to move?
Yep, go
All
ahead.
right. Let's walk this way.
And just relax.
Yeah.
Now notice, one other thing I want to point out. Notice how, Jim, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Notice how Jim is slightly in front of me. Y'all see that?
Yes.
There was a reason for that. If we are side by side, or worse yet, if I'm in front of him, I'm going to smack into the object before he is. So that's why you want to try to let the person hold on to your arm. I remember teaching a bunch of aides at a nursing home once how to work with their patients with visual impairments. And they said, a couple of them vehemently said, I cannot get Mrs. X to go anywhere. I tried pushing her. I tried pulling her. And she just gets really mad and fights me. And I said, well, how would you feel if I started pushing and pulling on you? And you had no idea where you were going. I said, that's what your patient feels like. That's why she's resisting you. And I showed her all the sighted guide techniques. And when I did follow-up, she said, oh my gosh, it's so much easier now. This lady cooperates with me. Yeah. So the reason I wasn't cooperating with Jim, he gave me too many directions. And if I'm taking his arm and he's walking normally, go ahead and walk normally.
Now.
You're just gonna stop at the chair.
Okay.
Now put my hand that I'm holding onto, your arm, just take my hand and put it down on the seat of the chair.
You know, place your hand down.
On the seat of the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead and tell me that.
That's the seat of the
Okay.
chair. And again, there are the arm,
Okay,
the back, the right there.
okay,
Now, there are two protrusions in the front that might catch your feet, so if you're going to rotate, I want you to be very careful.
okay. But then I can turn around, no, don't me.
Okay.
I can turn around and seat myself. Believe it or not, and this is fact, this is not fiction. I've had people, when I get on city buses, I kid you not, I have had people grab my butt and try to help me sit down. I can't make this up. And what am I supposed to say? Hey, let go with the butt.
I think more of an instinct to guide you as opposed to trying to seat you.
Right, if you put my hand on the chair, unless there is something wrong with my hips, my ability to even move, I can take care of sitting, okay? So those are some important differences. Now, are we gonna actually have them move you, or are you gonna do that?
We won't move you. We
Okay.
had your phone on there. I was gonna have another person do the stairs.
Okay, all right.
So,
Let's give Jim a hand.
do I have one more volunteer to show you another aspect of,
Oh, I also want to show narrow spaces too.
okay, we can do that with the next, one more person. Anybody?
She doesn't bite.
Okay, one more.
This is good. This is giving you some real hands-on personal experience, and if you screw up with me, it's okay. Nothing happened to Jim. Yet.
And this
Hi.
is good too.
Hi, Ed. Good. All right, so you approached me, and you got to take me up some stairs, right?
Right.
All right. So you're first going to start out guiding, just like we had Jim doing.
Okay.
And the big thing is when you come to the stairs, we're going up first, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So make contact with me.
Okay.
All right. And just relax your arm, and we can just walk normally to the
Okay.
stairs.
All right. Walk around me.
Well, actually, I'm just going to go whichever way you're going.
All right. Going up the stairs.
Okay. Now, when you come to those stairs, back down just a second.
Okay.
Let's back up a little bit and walk forward toward the stairs.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not sitting
Don't
behind
have a chair there.
Okay. As we get close, when we get to the point of stepping up on the stairs,
Okay.
I want you to stop.
All right.
Okay, let's go. And tell me, we're about to go up some stairs,
We're about to go up some stairs.
okay? Now you're going to go ahead, actually you gotta wait till I find the stairs, okay? Now you're gonna stay one step ahead of me, and you're gonna stop at the top after you've gone up the last step. The reason he wants to stop, can you guys see me if I'm turning weird?
Yes.
But the reason we're gonna stop is that if he doesn't, if he just like goes on, you know how your leg gets used to going up or down, and all of a sudden there's nothing there, my leg is going, you know, whoa, what happened? So, so we're gonna go up the stairs, all right? And you're just gonna keep going. I found them. Good, beautiful. Now we're gonna go back down the stairs. And this is where I can get really nervous.
Okay.
But walk until you come to the edge of the steps, keeping in mind I'm slightly behind you.
All right.
And actually, you can even say, you know, we're coming to some steps going down.
Okay.
I haven't located them yet, so you might have to step a little further forward,
Okay.
just till my toe comes.
So
There we
right
go.
there. Okay.
All right. And we're going to reverse the process.
Okay.
And we're going to go down some steps, and when you get to the bottom, you're going to stop, because you don't want my leg flailing around.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And you can just relax, keep going down them. Because you want to stay a step ahead of me. If you pause on each step like that, it makes me not real sure what's about to happen, and I might even think we're done with the steps, that there was only one of them. Okay?
All right.
Now, I'll let you guys in on a little thing that happened with me once. You know, Bill and I have been working together, and I had shown Bill how to do sighted guide, and this was in July. In August, we got together again, and I knew from where he was picking me up that there was a rather large, very high curve that I had stepped up to get into this particular restaurant where he met me. So I'm thinking that this curve, obviously if you go up it, you gotta go down it, right? I'm thinking about this curve, and I'm thinking, does Bill really remember to stop at a step, or is he gonna go over the curb? I don't want to insult his intelligence, but I don't want to be doing a face plant in the street either. Now what happened is, okay, start walking, and I'll show you. See how what did I do to you?
Kind of pulled it back a little bit.
Yeah, or kind of held back on you. And I tried to be kind of subtle. Was I subtle, Bill?
No.
He finally said, what's going on? And I said, yeah, I just know that there's a curve here, and I just wasn't sure how much you remembered, but, you know, I didn't want to insult you. And you might even be able to tell if their hands are cold and clammy, that might also be a sign that there's some angst going on there. So, you know, just say, hey, what's going on? Is there something you need to know that I'm not telling you, or, you know?
All right.
Okay? Let's give Ed a hand. Yeah, please.
Kind of narrow hallway.
Okay.
Okay, off to your right.
Okay. Do you want to do this, or should we have Ed do this?
That's a pro.
Okay. Ed? All right. Let's take arm, or connect like we were. All right. So now we're going to go through a narrow space, and then we can even touch on doors real quick if we have time. But sometimes when the person is standing behind you, or walking at like a half step behind you, you'll get to an area where there's not enough room for the two of you to go. Okay? Sort of like a tractor trailer, and I'm the trailer. And it doesn't quite, we won't quite fit. So when that happens, what you have to do is put your arm directly behind your back like this.
Okay.
And look where I go.
All right.
Okay? Now he's going to get me right on through there. Don't bump me into it. All right. Did we make it?
Yep, I made it.
All right. Good job. And what that does is it puts the person an entire step behind you. Obviously, that position is not one that you want to keep for a long time, because you know, think how your arm is going to feel back here forever and ever. Think how I'm going to feel trying to keep from stepping on your heels, and you're tearing down the aisles. I'm like, wah. So, you know, as soon as it becomes normal, and let's go back into that position again. Okay. Now let's say it's normal. We've got enough space again. Bring your arm out. Just like so. Man, you are a pro. You better be the one there caring for me when I have an accident. Yeah, absolutely. Do we have time to do a door real quick or no?
We have time, it's just, what kind of door you want?
It can go in or out, it can go left or right.
Up on stage, we have one that we can show.
Okay.
Now, Kitty, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does it help if it's a short number of steps to say there are 3 that we're going to be going up, or is that too confusing?
No, it's okay to say that. You know, in fact, some people I am so tuned into that they don't really need to tell me. They just pause and I can feel them starting to go up or starting to go down. The other thing is, though, make sure that you approach the step or the curb so that it's directly in front of you. Sometimes people tend to walk and the step is sort of on an angle, the way they approach it. So at the point, I might either fall off the curb first before they ever get there, or they may go up or fall off the curb before I find it. So make sure that that step is always in front of you rather than approaching it. Do you understand what I'm meaning by the angle? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, Chris?
If I could interject, what I've found helps is if you hold your hand at your waist Because then as your body turns, your arm and your elbow that they're holding onto turns, and when you go up steps and down steps, it stays stationary. If you're holding your arm down, then what you unconsciously tend to do is try and guide the person this way. And then they're kind of floating in space, and it's hard to tell, especially if you're doing this and then you go upstairs, because your tendency is to like help the person. And again, your arm is floating and it doesn't tell the person by feel what height change they just did. But if you hold your hand here and it's kind of relaxed but fixed, then when you go up, they know exactly how high the step is. So if you get different height steps, it helps in that perspective.
And the other thing too, Chris, can I borrow you for a second?
Sure.
Oh, you got a dog?
I'm handing the dog off.
Okay. You guys are going to all love Portia by the end of the day. Okay, notice Chris is on this side this time. She makes contact. Now what she can do, and I don't really care. Personally, people can keep their arm like Chris does, or they can let it go to the side. The thing is, it has to be relaxed. But the trick is, I've had some people hold your arm way out like this. Oh my God, I can't even get through that space. But see what happens if Chris starts to guide here?
And then I see an object here, and so when I'm pulling my arm in, and she's not sure what
I don't
to
know
do
what's
here.
going on.
Yeah, because she's floating out in space here.
But if her arm is relaxed, then and close to her body, then I'm going to follow, because I can kind of even bump the side of her body.
So we can pirouette, we can turn, I can adjust her however I need to, just by just by the way that I'm moving. It's kind of like a dance.
And she doesn't have to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that's just some things to know. And I've had a lot of particularly people that have been mothers. When it comes to steps, arm goes way out there because they want to catch me if I fall. But I can't tell what they're doing, so that they increase the likelihood of me doing just that. Keep your arm relaxed. Okay?
Okay, did you want to do the
Steady.
door real quick?
Yeah. How about
do
you?
it?
You want to be the guinea pig for the door?
Sure.
All right. Okay. Notice how he made contact. And I know he's going to stop at the steps. Oh, okay. Oh,
We're at the door.
all right. Now, which way is this door going to open?
It's going to go out
Is it going to open on my left or my right?
on your right.
Okay, so you go ahead and push the door open. And I'm going to pick it up. See how I got it? Now this works unless I have my hands full. But I'll still try to get the door with my arm or
You want to
hand.
show them with the dog? Because that's kind of
Yeah,
like I
that's-
need to know the way the door opens.
Okay. Here, Porsche. Porsche, come. Oh, what a good girl. With a little help from Chris.
And that's another helpful thing. If they have the service dog and you're handing the leash back, they don't know where the leash is. So just make contact with their hands using the leash, and then they'll know exactly where the leash is.
And I also just wanted to point out too here quickly, when right now, Portia is not guiding me, even if she had her harness on, because I'm holding her leash, and it is through the harness that she's guiding. So Bill is still my guide, and that means he's responsible for what happens to me. All right, so we're going to try to go through this door.
Door's on your right.
Okay?
Goes out.
All right. And I'm going to try. I caught it. Good.
So you're out of view now.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Now, if we were to come back in, or if we were to go, let's say the door opened on my left.
Actually, come back in so that they can see with the dog on your right how you have to deal with the door on the same side as the dog.
Well, I would typically keep her on my left. I could move her to my right, or I can do a pivot. There's stairs out there because we don't really have much
Right.
room.
Okay.
So the important thing is, a lot of times, especially Southern gentlemen, will attempt to hold the door open and say, go ahead in front of me, while you're sending me to points I don't know. And so unless I put my dog into action and let her work, you know, you can be safer and have us, have you go in front of us so we can tell where we're going. Okay? Any questions? All right. Thank all of those who volunteered. Give them a hand. I know you're hungry. You've been great. Let's go chow down and then we'll come back.